Good
Good evening.
evening.
Yeah, I was going to say good evening, everyone. A bit of a rocky start there, some technical difficulties. Hopefully, we're now showing up again, maybe on a different link on Facebook and YouTube. But here we are. Welcome to episode, I've lost it now because we're on the thing, I think
44.
episode 44 of the Recce Report on Monday, the 9th of Feb. Stay
Yeah,
tuned.
good evening, fine folks. My name is Cliff Purvis, former British Army Corporal.
And I'm Ross Denny, former British Army Warrant Officer. So thank you. I've no idea what happened there, mate. I went to start and it said all of your live streams have been deleted.
I blame it on Putin and Farage.
Yeah. So we're here, mate. Unfortunately, that means that the link that we shared on all our social media probably didn't work.
Yeah.
So if you're on YouTube, Facebook, please share this link and get everyone back in. I can see you're all turning up now, so thank you.
Yeah.
We must have pissed some people off over the last few weeks, Cliff. What do you reckon?
Well, the amount of deletes and blocking and I feel like a defensive lineman in the NFL. The amount of blocking I've been doing.
Yeah, it was unreal. For those of you that are not aware, we've had. I don't know. It was one image, wasn't it? It was one image, mate. We posted on Facebook of Ur Wally. Sorry, definitely not Ur Wally because we don't want to be done for copyright infringement. And it just seemed to attract unionists like flies around shit, didn't it, mate? Oh my god.
Yeah. See, what is, as always, they get twitchy. They're allowed to use whatever they want regarding Scotland to advertise their side of the debate, the argument, etc., etc. But the moment we even touch the saltire, for grief's sake, we get it. That's not the flag of the SNP. We're not using it as the flag of the SNP. It's got Veterans for Independence splattered all over it. Look, nothing to do with the SNP, right? But so that's one with definitely not Ur Willie on it. It's brilliant.
Joe's telling us we actually were live. Yeah, mate, IT. I can't even spell that. Don't you know about? So yeah, it's been an interesting few weeks, mate, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I think the big news, or the sort of the two bits of big news this week that have been significant are Jeremy Corbyn's new Your Party, which have now said that they are, and I think we need to be clear on this, they've said that they're not against Scottish independence, but they're definitely not going to be campaigning for it.
Yeah, it's what they said is the choice of whether Scotland holds a referendum should be with Holyrood and not with Westminster. They've also said they might or they should be running candidates for the upcoming election to our parliament. Do they have the facilities? Do they have the infrastructure to do that? We don't know. Now, I always operate on the belief that the enemy of my enemy is not necessarily my friend. And just because Jeremy Corbyn has come out and said that that they're leaning towards an independent Scotland, that doesn't mean they're going to buy into it lock, stock, and barrel. But at least they haven't turned around and said they'll never give Scotland, Holyrood, the mandate to do it.
And you've got to respect that, and I think I would have respected the Labour Party for doing that, because the Labour Party for a long time have been neutral on the subject of Irish unity. They've basically been, they don't stand candidates in Northern Ireland, but their sister party there is very much pro United Ireland. So I would have more respect for them if they said, look, much like Corbyn's just done, look, it's up to the Scots. We're not going to campaign for it. In fact, we'll campaign against it, but we will agree that It's a matter for the people of Scotland.
Yeah.
And I think, and it may be actually, because Corbyn, believe it, he's still really, really popular with a lot of traditional Labour voters.
Yeah.
May well take a lot of votes off Labour in this election.
Yeah.
And then, but they're not on the face of it a pro-independence party, so we don't really care about them. The second big piece of news this week, of course, was old Mandy, Peter Mandelson getting
great. That right. That, obviously, it's all come from the ongoing Epstein exposure. No pun intended. I mean, was it the Justice Department, Donald Trump style, out in the US, released over a million.
3 million, over 3 million today.
Over 3 million letters and in connection with Epstein. And they've done that for a very good reason. They've absolutely flooded the market. So by the time it takes anybody to read through all of them and see how many times Trump appears in it, yeah, there you go. And they also launched it saying a lot of this is made up rubbish. So they're covering their own backs because they know how often he gets a mention in it. And the delay in it getting released is obviously so they could get their act together, except they can't get their act together. It's Donald Trump and co, for God's sake. Yeah. So, yeah, it's...
I seen a really good quote earlier, and it was from an American commentator. He said, look, the UK could be about to lose a prime minister because he knows someone that was a friend of Epstein.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in America, the opposition party are telling the Republicans to train their stormtroopers better so that their street murders are less messy.
Yeah. But hey, what's happening across the pond there is just a dress rehearsal for what will happen here if Farage gets into power.
Don't knock it. We're in that position. We have the benefit of living in this time to have seen how these things have gone before. Mm-hmm. And they never work. It always ends up with, the Messiah party, Farage comes in, promises to fix everything, does that by basically picking everyone that's not him. Yeah. And then the people that voted for the leopards eating people's faces party suddenly get upset when the leopards eat their faces.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And again, the history is littered with that happening. And that post that was put up on our page today should strike a chord with every right-minded thinking person that lives not just in Scotland but in the UK, because we seem to be attracting people from out with the borders of Scotland.
I was saying before, we've had a message earlier looking for one of our lovely veterans badges as modelled by my good self and Cliff, from a Scottish guy living in America who's also a veteran of the Canadian Armed Forces. So we have a really international reach that we have, which is good. But we've had serving soldiers ask for them.
Yep. Which I absolutely love. I absolutely love that, because it just adds to what we've always been saying ever since we started off, Russ, all those years ago. Mm-hmm. Because of what was being said, that the serving soldiers do not want Scottish independence. Well, a serving soldier turned around and said, "Oh, here's a couple of badges."
He said he's got about 18 months left to serve, and he just wants to piss everyone off in the meantime.
Oh, God, I love it. God, I love it.
Get in there. It's been a fun few weeks, but we have seen, certainly since the start of January, since we started posting more, we've seen a massive uptick on our social media posts.
Yeah. Here's one thing I'd like you to sort of clear up for everybody, if you can, Russ, because you're the IT specialist.
Apparently.
Well, between the two of us, you're the IT specialist. Okay. Yeah, I check for pulses. Yeah, I'm good at that, and that's about it. But we're using a lot of AI generated stuff as we post up, and we're not kidding on anything other than AI. I've whacked a couple of my photographs on there, and and got it caricatured and stuff like that. So I'm not breaching anybody's, rights or anything.
We're very careful to fact check. We're not purposely putting words in anyone's mouth that they didn't say, apart from our Willie, obviously, not our Willie and fictional characters. But we're certainly not trying to ascribe words to people that they haven't said. So very careful to fact check. And I think there was one I put up probably about 4 to 6 weeks ago, where someone said that's not correct, and I checked it and they were right, and I took it straight down.
Right. Yeah. Which is something we do. I mean, I've done that a few times. That's incorrect. Is it? Oh heck, so it is. And drop it and apologise, move on. Yeah.
We're using it. It's a good method of getting across. We're not professionals. We're not taking any work from anybody. We are, and making it accessible to the masses. And the truth is, our reach on Facebook since we started it has risen by 1,400%. It's not like a minor thing. We are pissing somebody off somewhere.
Yeah. And that's good to see, because we might be termed as the size of a mosquito for our reach and stuff like that. But unless you've spent the night in a tent with a mosquito, you have no idea how much they can annoy you. To misquote Gandhi completely.
But yeah, it has attracted. I mean, it's attracted lots more viewers, but it's attracted a lot more detractors as well.
Yeah.
We've already had this conversation early on. I'm not going to engage with people that are coming across with bigoted or, supporting fascist policies. I'm not got time for that. They're just getting hoofed straight away.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest here. Yeah, you support Farage or any his proposition, what he's proposing. Yeah, you are a fascist. It's as simple as that. Now, if me calling you a fascist for supporting Farage upsets you, then it's you that has to look at what you're doing, not me. My politics, I'm happy with, and I'll debate it with any rational person. But fascists, no. We've seen, as you said at the top of the show, Russ, we have seen time after time after time where these type of people lead a country, right? And it's always to destruction, because the only way you get them out is by an armed struggle.
Yeah. You only have to look at what's happening in America now. That literally happened overnight. The day before Trump took office, it was business as usual, and then within months he was, doing what he does. And people that say it can't happen here are just naive.
Yeah.
Of course it can happen here. As I said before, Trump, they didn't have to have a massive recruitment drive for the ICE agents. No. They were there. They were ready to go. They were quite happy to strap on the jackpots from day one and start knocking heads.
Yeah.
They've lost a few now because people are realizing that they're not nice people. But yeah, and notice you've not seen the Proud Boys since ICE started coming out. So that I'm not saying there's a direct correlation there, but I'm just saying it's rather interesting that the presence of the Proud Boys diminished and the presence of ICE increased.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Of course, Farage has said that he's playing, not Farage, sorry, Trump. So it's sometimes difficult to find out where Trump ends and Farage begins. But Trump has said that he's ploughing money into the campaign on this side of the pond to mirror what he's been up to. So that'll be that not only makes Farage and his mob fascists, it also makes them traitors, because they're now in receipt of money from a foreign power and will be influenced by that foreign power.
It's not new, mate. It's not new. No. A lot of these places that don't reveal their funding. What they call that is the IFS or the Taxpayers Alliance. Sorry, IFS. Yeah. The Taxpayers Alliance will not reveal who their funding is, and you find that a lot of these, certainly extreme right-wing groups in the UK, have funding that's coming from predominantly the evangelical right in America. So things like the anti-abortion, anti-women's rights stuff, the anti-trans stuff as well. The funding for it, whatever your side of that argument you fall on, but the funding is coming from a lot of right wing.
Yes.
And it's hidden they do it via anonymous donations and lobbying groups and things like this. And I've got and beloved children's authors as well, obviously.
I don't know if that author's still beloved is. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, what we're trying to say there, folks, is we're comfortable using the AI. We're not joining two people together who are never geographically together in the same place at the same time. We're using it to get a message across with a sharp picture, sometimes a caricature, sometimes not so nice, but it does get the message across that we're trying to get across with the statement that we're making, and then around that. To my mind,
talking of generated content, mate, Hashbury's just helpfully pointed out that Reform are in the poo for the distribution of that letter. I think we were going to bring that up anyway, weren't we?
Yeah, we were, yes, but might as well talk about it now. That happened down, was it Manchester?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
This letter started flying about from a concerned voter.
Pensioner as well.
Ticking all the boxes, yes. And Reform were giving it, see, this is why you need us. The trouble was it was sponsored by them, and they hadn't put that around, because what me and Russ do, we don't need to say this is sponsored by anybody, because we don't get sponsorship. If anybody wants to use it, quote us, please. We've started sticking our little logo on most of the stuff. I'm not allowed to touch that, by the way, because it's IT. So, but again, this goes back to Farage does little things, and he does them incorrectly, and he's been questioned and questioned and questioned, and it turns out it wasn't me; it was someone else.
It's not a new tactic, though, mate. So if you remember back to the whole kind of vote leave campaign, and before that, the Better Together campaign, they would have your typical nurse being interviewed that turned out to be a Conservative Party candidate.
Chairperson of the local.
In fact, an individual, I'm not going to name the names, but there's an individual currently sitting in the Scottish Parliament, right, as an MSP, who gave an interview as an ordinary student back in the independence referendum, and turns out, it technically was a student, but was already an activist in the party. Was a member of their university's young conservative group. But was portrayed as this bog standard, ordinary student.
Not interested in politics student.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to the day that we get interviewed as veterans, and then it gets revealed that we are, fifth columnist for the.
They never come near us. The only time I've ever come close to being interviewed by anybody was by Chinese TV, state TV. And that was one of the hands around Parliament jobs we were doing a few years back. The things organised by Cliff Servey. And it was myself and another veteran and communist, the one and only people that gave us a decent chance at an interview. Were from the People's Bloody Republic. Because the BBC wouldn't have touched it. They were there as well. Right? And the BBC weren't interested in talking to us.
They wouldn't do it, mate. I mean, there was the outcry there. It was your man from Reform, Zia, was on Question Time for the 6th time. And the Lib Dems have got this roughly the same amount of MPs, haven't been on half that amount. It's that's what propaganda is, folks. It's not in your face. It's just that normalization of extreme views. And people say it.
All we can do, come the 7th of May, all we can do is show them, let Westminster know that we're not having it up here, that we are going to vote for independent supporting parties, and we'll get that majority. Now, lots of humming and hawing about who should have the second vote. And I will let people make their own mind up on that one, who they should vote for. I know who I'm going, unless there's a major sea change. I know who's getting my second vote. But I'll let other people do that. I want the first vote, obviously, it needs to go to the SNP. We need to get the constituency representation in there. We cannot assume it's going to happen. If we start assuming, then we'll lose. It's the mother, daughter, grandfather of losing any battle. It's just assuming that it's going to be a victory. We have until April to register to vote. Okay. Where are we? I did pop something up on the page the other day about it. Where are we? Yeah, typical admin by me. You can't find the bloody thing.
It's like mid-April, but yes, we are very, very keen for people to vote, to register to vote, to have your point put across. We can tell you who we'd like you to vote for, but we can't tell you who to vote for, and that's entirely up to you. But if you don't vote, you don't get to whinge about it the next day.
Well, that's it.
Because if you don't turn up, that's it. And usually, I think there was a massive turnout for the independence referendum, absolutely, but there was still something like in excess of 25% of the population didn't vote, which could have swung it massively either way.
I mean, that leads us into what Australia does. I believe it's mandatory.
It's mandatory, you have to vote in Australia.
Should that happen? There's an argument for it. There's an argument against it. We've never had it in the UK, but it might switch people onto it. Right, we've got one in from
Ashby saying that he's trying to dissuade Unity for Independence from standing as it will reduce the Green vote. I think you're going to see a lot of these littler parties come out. They always do before it. You're going to have, the Scottish Family Party, the nut job evangelicals who always appear out the woodwork. You're going to have, UKIP are still out there, believe it or not, even though Reform are now a thing.
Yeah, the UKIP leader in Scotland is doing time for taking money off of Putin.
Yeah. So you'll see a few of them. Reform haven't yet announced who the candidates are going to be, because they know that as soon as they announce them, people are going to be vetting them quite considerably. And like most things, you can't totally wipe the Nazi off of people.
Can't expunge it altogether. Yeah.
I think, but the frustrating thing for me, mate, and I think you'll agree, was their claim to be patriots, and they suck up to the veterans or the veterans that support them. And the truth is, mate, and it's frustrating. The forces are like population at large, going to have various views, but it's just frustrating that that it goes against everything that history tells us about where these things go.
I said my father fought the fascists. He was in the Palestine Mandate when the Second World War kicked off, so he fought the Vichy French in Syria. Then it was the Italians, North Africa, and then the Afrika Korps in North Africa. So I grew up with this deep-rooted hatred towards fascism from my father, understandably so. And it's obviously rubbed off on me because I can't stand them. And pick up a damn history book, read it. Yeah.
And that's the issue, mate. That's I've said it time and time again. The problem is it's not that people are intrinsically right wing or fascist, but you do need to be informed. And the problem is that these populist politicians, they give you easy answers to complex questions, which sound good. It's the soundbite generation. Why can't I find a job? Immigrants.
Yeah.
Or is it because you left school at 15, mate, and never bored your arse?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not suggesting that's your fault, because you may come from a background, a socioeconomic background, where that was difficult for you and you had to do that and you didn't have the opportunities. But that's not the fault. That's the fault of some poor bloke that's just rocked up on a boat from 3,000 miles away trying to run away from war and persecution.
Yeah.
That's because successive governments have let you down.
And the honest truth about the getting people back out of the country, there's nothing in the European Convention on Human Rights that stops anybody from getting deported. In fact, it quite clearly states that if there's security issues or whatever, the government, the nation itself, can override that. European Convention.
There was a guy, I can't remember his name, sorry, it was on Question Time the other night, and he was basically talking about tuition fees, that he owes something like that. He took out like 32 grand of tuition fees. He's been paying it for 13 years and he still owes 37 grand. And it shouldn't happen. And he was asked, well, who should pay for it? And he said, well, sat in this panel, you get people that went to Oxford, Cambridge, LSE, blah, blah, blah. Who paid for yours? No one. The state paid for it, because they all went to uni at the time and didn't pay for it. And he said, There's your answer. You don't get to say to me who's going to pay for it when you got all yours for free. But that's how it works, mate. They like to climb the ladder and then pull up behind them.
Oh, of course they do. And the UK state have always been very good at that. Russell, chap, have you seen that time?
I did, mate. We're going to run over slightly because we were late starting. So we'll give it that extra couple of minutes.
Cool. Not a problem.
But that's the truth, and he made a good point. You know, if you're wealthy enough to pay your tuition fees straight off, then you don't get saddled with the debt of the student loan.
Yeah.
So even though he got the access to uni and had to pay it, but he's paying double what everyone else is paying.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't wealthy enough to do that. So you've got people who are wealthy enough who can spend the time at uni just learning, and the people that have to work second jobs while they're at university to make that happen. Yeah. And the one thing I completely agree with, it's not perfect, but I completely agree with the fact that undergraduate tuition in Scotland is free.
Yeah.
The tuition fees are free anyway. I think they're trying to extend it to master's level courses as well.
Right.
But your man on Question Time was saying it shouldn't just be uni, it should be your vocational courses as well. So you think your SVQs and your plumbing and your bricklaying and your welding and all that sort of stuff, they should all be like paid for you to go and do that.
But they'd much rather buy flags.
Yeah.
The government. Yeah. Oh, and if you want to know how well Reform are doing with the county councils that they have power with down in England, because this is a reflection of what they're going to be like in government. One of them's just filing for bankruptcy.
Yeah, they do it. There's a comedian I seen a while back. He's saying people say I'd die for this country, and he's talking about America. And he said, "Well, you know, you're 27th in the world in math, you're 37th in the world in literacy." He said, "Wouldn't it be easier just to go to school for your country?" I'd die for my country. Yeah, that's the easy option, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. Now, our elections are 87 days away, folks. So we need,
somebody's counting.
It's not long at all. I remember when that counter was way up in the 100 and odd days, right? So it is creeping upon us. I am waiting, Ross. I am waiting with poised clipboard for the first footfall for the potential candidates to chat my door, because they will be getting the Spanish Inquisition.
Should take a quick moment to thank Mr. E for the donation. I don't know what channel you're watching it on, so it's either come to us or it's gone to Independence Live. Either way, that is both very appreciated. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right. Yes. Okay. So that appears to be on YouTube, buddy. I think.
But it could be our YouTube. It could be Kev's YouTube. I don't know.
Right. Right. Anything else, Ross?
No, we're good, mate. We are running out of time. We have run over because of our superior IT skills at the start. But thank you once again, everyone, for listening. That goes so quickly, doesn't it? We might need to bug Kev for more airtime, mate.
Yeah. especially the lead into the elections. That'll be an idea.
Yeah,
right. I'll ping them on that
we
one.
We should take some leave, mate, and do a live stream for the entirety, day and night of the elections.
Well, this time the votes are not being counted until the Friday, so it's not an overnight count.
All right.
That was decided a few months back. So I'm off Friday anyway. I don't work Fridays.
I do.
But you can set it up. Hey, look, my wife getting rid of me for a full day.
No, thank you everyone for taking the time to watch. Thank you for your comments. It's always appreciated. We did again. We left an open invite out to all the unionists to come and make their case, but as usual, they have
bottled it.
Yes,
cowards they are.
We will see you again on the second Monday of next month, which thankfully, because this is February, I know will definitely be the 9th of March. For the only time I know what day of the week it is. But thank you. Final word, Cliff.
Yeah, remember, folks, our future is still very, very bright because independence is right.
So take care, everyone. Bye for now.
Ciao.
Ciao, Alba.